Hello, Harden here, coming to you with what will be number 6 in my 20 million encounter series. Hopefully this is useful for some people who may not have run this encounter. It's the encounter that we're going to be running here is called Material Competition Event. It's part of the Matar Reborn storyline. Again, if you complete the storyline, the Matar Reborn, I think it's over 100 million for the storyline book when you complete it. In this case, I've already done this mission, so I'm actually not going to gain the storyline from it. But anyway, it's the stories on one of my other accounts. So I'm going to warp the fleet in now to keep this relatively short and sweet. So let's get that cosmic anomaly. I'm going to warp us in, material competition event, fleet command, warp fleet. So, as if you've been watching my videos by now, you know that I fly in a small little mini fleet with my Tempest, which is what I'm recording this on, and 2 Drakes. They've got fairly minimal tank, only 1 booster and 1 hardener each, and we also have large group shield boosters in the mid slots as well to kind of top up a little bit. So the primary goal is to maximize damage and to kill the enemy DPS. These 20 million encounters, the first 2 waves are relatively easy and there's no stress at all, particularly if you've got 3 ships like I do. But the issue does come in the 3rd wave where there are normally 3 battleships. So anyway, we're starting to engage on my 2 battle cruisers now who've already arrived. There is a Tempest in range. So I'm engaging them. And I will do so the same on my Tempest. So I primarily go for the large targets first. So that Tempest is dying very quickly. You're going to be ready to go onto the Tornado next. So basically remove DPS from the field as quickly as possible. In fact, on the first 2 waves, it's actually possible if you do it quickly enough, you can actually avoid having to turn any shield boosters on apart from the large group shield boosters. So the Tornado is down, and then we're going to go focus fire on the Bellicose, which is easier for the Tempest to hit. So in this case, one of my battlecruisers did take some damage, lost about 1/3 of its shield, so I am boosting that up a little bit. I'll collect some loot while we're waiting. Alright, so the second wave is about to spawn, here we go, and so we've got a Typhoon. It's a little bit out of range of the battlecruisers, but I can start approaching and hitting it with the Tempest, even though it's well beyond the optimal, so I'm not going to be doing huge amounts of damage to that. But I will get my battlecruisers approaching with afterburners right now, and once they're close enough they will also web that Typhoon as well. But they're both at 30 kilometers and they're both torpedo Drakes, so their missiles, their torpedoes only hit at 15 kilometers, which again with afterburners they normally close the gap pretty quickly. So it's not a big issue. I will actually apply my gyro stabilizers and one of the tracking computers here, which increases the optimal range. So that does improve the damage when you're a bit further away. And once that tracking computer, the first cycle finishes, I switch the second one on. So it's just to maximize the gyro stabilizers. So you can see I'm doing some 5,000 hits. There, my battle cruisers are in range now. I have to get ready to switch to the Tornado because the so switched on to the Tornado with one of the battle cruisers and my battleship. It's not in web range from the battleship yet. I'm just checking the shield. So at the moment the group shield booster is actually on its own keeping up with all the damage. So because we took that Typhoon out quickly before it really even got into range. And then by the time it got there, then we quickly killed the Typhoon, and then the damage, the DPS coming in from the remaining ships is so low that basically just the group shield boosters can keep up with that without actually needing to switch on the main shield booster. I'm going to change my target here because again the Tempest is not so great at hitting the smaller targets. It can do it, especially with the 2 target painters in the web when I'm close enough. But it just takes a little bit more time. So that's why I find this fleet is pretty optimal when you've got the battle cruisers. They can take care of the small stuff. Okay, it's all taking a bit long. It's because I wasn't paying attention and both my battle cruisers are actually out of range of this bellicose. Okay, so that's corrected now. Okay, and the final wave here. So the first target I'm going to hit is the Typhoon. Approach, turn on my webs, and let's have a look at my other targets. So the Typhoon, again, is going to be the same for one of the battle cruisers. Focus fire, approach. It's a long way out, actually, from my battle cruisers. Focus fire, approach, but at least they won't be doing that much damage initially anyway. Oh, they seem to be doing a reasonable amount of damage to the battleship. I'm just hoping this is not one of those missions where one of the battleships kites, one of the NPC battleships kites out of range. I am going to use this to increase my damage while I'm still at distance. So 5,000 hit there. Battlecruisers are still out of range. And I will put the tracking computer on again. So again, because it's still at 18 kilometers, the optimal on the Tempest is actually only 7 kilometers. So even though it can hit out to 37, but the further you go beyond that 7 kilometers, the more your DPS kind of drops off. So at the moment, my large shield booster is keeping up. My 2 battlecruisers are coming in range now. Okay, and there's an elite focus fire Typhoon there. That's what's going to be the next target, I think. Unfortunately, not all my ships are on the same stuff. Normally I like to focus fire, but in this case it's not working because my overview is showing different things. So again, I'm quite happy that they're targeting their fire. They're targeting their fire on. Let's approach that. They're targeting their fire on my battleship, which is great because that's the one that can tank them the easiest. So there, I'm going to switch to that battleship with the elite battleship with my Tempest now. I have got one of my battlecruisers on that target as well. And in fact, I'm going to switch one of my other battlecruisers over there as well, but again, it's a bit out of range for that one. A bit out of range for that one as well. Oh, they are doing damage now to one of my battlecruisers. It's about half shields. But now that I've got all my ships on that elite, that should go down reasonably well. And again, I can do my damage mods and tracking computer, which will up the damage. So 6,000 hit there. You can turn off the shield boost on the battleship because they've switched target onto one of my battle cruisers. So that. Okay, so focus fire, I'm going to hit the tornado next. Approach. I may have missed it, but there normally is 2 regular battleships and an elite battleship, but by my counting here, I've only seen 1 regular battleship and 1 elite battleship, so maybe this one is slightly different than the other 20 million missions. So again, my battlecruiser is just getting within range now. I'm going to apply some extra damage there. The battlecruiser that was 50% is now almost back to 100%. And again, you can apply some extra damage now. And again, got to approach just out of range with the battlecruisers. I can put a web on there, I keep forgetting that. I will apply my tracking computers, hopefully help me hit this small ship a little bit better. You can see quite a few misses there. But my battlecruisers are on the case now, so that's going to pop pretty quickly. So there you have it, all done. Let's have a look. So that is a 17.6 million bounty reward after the tax, and then you also have the ship bounties as well. And then it does contribute to the storyline books, collecting the storyline books, although not in this case as I'd already run it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it gives you an idea of what you're likely to face in this mission. As I said before, if you're soloing, I definitely wouldn't follow these tactics of close range, very minimal tank, because you will get overwhelmed by the DPS if you've just got one ship. It's possible if you set up a really good tank on a battleship that you can tank it, or you can alternatively just kite and or speed tank. That's different ways of doing it, but certainly going in close range with a minimal tank is probably going to get you dead. So don't do this at home unless you've got a lot of DPS. All right, thank you very much. If you like this, do subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.